Honestly, I'm speechless. I've never seen a Farm Fest be so goddamn exciting. What do you guys think? Was that not just crazy intense? That's right. Well, that's a lot of hype for this next match to live up to, but we'll see if we can do it. So, starting on the blue side for Team Fire, the NALCS support with the highest kill participation. And here to add one more to his death toll, put your hands together for aphromoo! But who can forget his opponent on the red side for Team Ice, looking to keep up the CIS dominance in our 1v1s, it's Dimajke! All right, gentlemen, final one of the evening, let's make it a good one.
One more spot in the quarterfinals and a shot at taking down Froggen. That's what these two players are battling for, and it is another Fire versus Ice bout. Yesterday, aphromoo was gifted a victory in his Draven versus Volibear matchup. And for Dimajke, he took down Ollie in a fairly slower paced game.
I mean, you know, Dimajke has been learning from Kira, which was good up until today. Now has he learned and adapted, improved upon what Kira was making? Because we saw the Lucian from him yesterday, from Dimajke. Will we see it again today? Will aphromoo ban it out and go for something completely different?
So let's find out. At the moment, the expected Kindred ban followed Caitlyn, Lucian. The OPs are being removed, Draven, which is what aphromoo played yesterday. Remembering aphromoo played in the marksman game mode earlier today.
He did.
Had a great performance on the Varus, which has also been used in 1v1s, but
Quinn is gone.
Quinn is gone.
Not available. Yeah. We just saw it lose to AP Nasus. Brand is gone. The crowd are chanting Bard. aphromoo hears it. He played it yesterday in the EU versus NA game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Didn't work out so well from then.
I mean, the pick worked. I mean, they got a lead from the pick. There was nothing wrong with the pick. Tooney happened, and that really turned the game around.
I like it. Double have said the same thing in the interview. He's like, and Hooney 1v5'd us.
I said the same thing to Reckless and Kasing earlier as they were making fun of me while I was in makeup. I was like, well, at least I didn't get carried by now an NA player, so...
Yeah. You don't sound bitter at all.
No, well,
Chris.
I just switched with Hooney still, but Kalista has been locked in.
So Kalista for Dimajke, gonna be needing that Marshall Boys passive to hop around, and yes, aphromoo feeling the blighted quiver. Piercing arrows of Varus. Did play it earlier, got a taste for it, and we'll see if he can land his skill shots, because this is gonna be a matter of aiming versus dodging.
Yes, and you know there's a really interesting thing when it comes to Varus on a 1v1 map. We'll get to that a little bit later as we get to hit that level 6. I'll touch on just how you use the ultimate as it is. But really one of the first times we've seen Varus here in Los Angeles for All-Star. We saw it a couple of times actually in the IWCA 1 versus 1. So I'm interested now. Dimajke versus aphromoo. This is going to be a tense one. It's a last spot here in the round of 8.
That's correct. And as we've already mentioned, the other quarterfinalists all feature a Fire versus Ice battle. The winners of the quarterfinalists will get a minimum of 25 points, because only the top 4 places get points from this tournament. So aphromoo, if you wanted to keep the trend up, he's going to have to hit every single piercing arrow and make sure that Dimajke does not dodge, dip, duck, dive, or dodge any of those arrows thrown his way.
I mean, it doesn't begin with D, but exhaust is the key factor in this matchup. We saw against Kalista, exhaust is not such a great ability. I mean, Dimajke's not, however, punishing it. He's gone for the exhaust himself. So the reason exhaust not so great, because Kalista just waits out the enemy exhaust, and as long as she doesn't die in the middle of it, Ren's after. So you don't actually reduce that much damage, because what is lost from the autos is made up by the Ren.
And of course, what we have seen from the Varus side that played at IWCA, maxing the E is a little more effective because it's slightly easier to land. Faster travel time, less predictable because you don't have that wind up from the queue. You can see the first point for aphromoo has been on the piercing arrow, and already swing and a miss. Dimajke
Oh, and now Dimajke trades back. He lands the damage early on and is looking to just take out that minion wave and push through. Also, E is able to hit, more minions as when they're not lined up coming into the wave, so that is another factor for the Varus. But this is a big stack of minions. aphromoo has not got much damage at all onto these minions, and that one's gonna push.
Oh.
No, you got. Oh,
Already lost one. Should be able to pick up the next two. And for aphromoo, gonna get level 2 shortly, but it will be Dimajke that's got the lead. Both 80 carries, running grass for the Undying.
However, Dimajke knows he's not going to be able to trade against aphromoo just yet, so actually rends both minions. Typically, you don't always want to use your cooldowns to begin, just because at level 2 you want it available to trade.
And take a look at aphromoo. He's put a point into Blighted Quiver as his level 2 ability, not the Hail of Arrows. So going for the additional on-hit and maybe some of the stacking. The burst will be in favor of aphromoo if he can get some of those Blighted Quiver hits initially.
Yeah.
But obviously, the longer or the more extended the trade, the more favorable it is for Dimajke.
Yeah, very much so. But Dimajke right now is not favorable on that health trade. Experience now leveled up between the two. aphromoo is level 3. Can he proc these quiver stacks?
Yes, he does. Dimajke does eat the piercing arrow. Ignite and exhaust down. aphromoo gets first blood and makes it look easy.
And that is one of the reasons why, if you're running exhaust against Kalista, you pray to see exhaust on the enemy side as well. I feel like if Dimajke had barrier and could have just gone backwards away from the fight, he may have been okay, but he'd just taken too much damage early on. aphromoo was able to get all of the damage down from the skill shots. Doesn't even matter that Kalista had exhaust there. Already the damage was done.
Very well executed from aphromoo. And that concludes our quarterfinalists. It will be fire versus ice in every single one of them. 6 fire members started the 1v1s today, and 4 of them advanced, with one of them going down to a team kill. Like, what a successful round of 16 for Team Fire.
Yeah.
To keep themselves, in touching distance of the points.
I mean, you couldn't have written this. I mean, it actually is perfect at this point. Round of 8, one of each team. One of the matchups that we're looking for here, Clear Love against Bjergsen. That's a great matchup on its own. Prey versus, I believe it was it Rookie?
Lex.
Lex
Prey
took out
against
Rookie.
Lex. Yep, Lex ended up getting the level 1 all-in, picked up the victory. Froggen versus aphromoo is going to be fantastic. I just want to see what Froggen pulls out. He won 100 CS with the Nivea, 100 CS with Nasus. Maybe tomorrow he pulls out the Assassin and tries to...
Goes all in level 1.
We don't know. We'll have to find out tomorrow when we watch the quarterfinals. For now, though, we're going to head down to Dash for a word with one of our quarterfinalists.
Thank you very much, Quickshot. I am standing on the red carpet with Kasing, now qualifying for the round of 8. So first off, congratulations on that. But I have to ask you, because every time you win, you have the most surprised look on your face. What's going through your mind? What's happening on the 1v1 stage up there?
To be honest, I don't know how I'm winning at all. Like, I've just come into this as a support player. I have 0 mechanics. Like, I don't know anything how to play the game, 1v1. But somehow I won. So.
All right, yeah, somehow you did when you are one of 2 supports now to make it through with aphromoo just qualifying into the round of 8. So props to you there. Since you're so surprised with your wins, I have to ask whether or not you have a strategy going in. Is there some kind of, I mean, you've played 80 carries both times, different ones. Are you scouting your opponent? What's going on?
I actually don't have any I don't have any real strategy. I just usually Reckless and Froggen ask me to help them 1v1. I always lose every single 1v1, so it's kind of awkward. So I don't know how I won.
Well, you're winning them here. Next up, though, you're going to have to face off against Doublelift. So he had a pretty, solid defeat or victory over Reckless today. How are you feeling about that matchup?
I actually expected Reckless to win, but I mean, Doublelift is good.
And looking forward, do you think you have what it takes to take down Doublelift?
No. I'm probably gonna lose.
All right. Well, that's probably what you thought the last 2 times. So I guess I really can't put any stock into your word. Finally, I just want to ask your opinion of the 1v1 tournament so far. What has been the best match that you've seen up to this point?
Well, I actually think after watching Froggen and Coral1 play, I lost about 8 games in a row to Froggen when he played Nasus mid. So I was happy that he won.
Well, there you have it, right? That was a pretty spectacular, mind game that he played on him there, and what a cool innovation there on the red for Kasing. Once again, thank you for the interview. Congratulations on moving on to the next round, and good luck in your future games. That's going to do it for us here on the red carpet. Now it's time to throw it back to Shocks and crew to break down the 1v1s.
Oh man, how can you not love Raymond? He just doesn't know how it happens. I feel a little bit bad because Nils and I came into the EU player room earlier today. And we went up to Kasing and we started laughing at him. And we went over the replay of his game yesterday and how he did everything wrong. When he was level 2, he didn't go all in. He was trading poorly. He said he did okay, and he won the game. Now again he won. I mean, I don't even know how he's doing it.
Well,
He doesn't understand how he's doing it.
Let's take a look. Maybe we can break it down. We have the replay of Kasing's winning moment there. We can roll the clip out and see what happens.
Excellent coaching, I would say.
Yeah, it is the coaching.
It's so strange because he gets to dive in and out of the brush.
Yeah.
And Uzi's fighting in Kindred's W.
I mean,
so you always take the extra damage, and Uzi's just kind of standing.
Oh man, level 1. Like, I don't know if Uzi doesn't know how Kindred works, but watching both of Kasing's games, I can officially say, by our definition as a professional, he's absolutely a lucker dog.
Well, I know we talk so much about the mental game, but he's playing the long con. Every time he wins, we see him, he's like, what?
Yeah, it was so
What?
funny because it was so
Yeah.
genuine.
And it just keeps happening. Is this a strategy?
It's all scripted.
Yeah. He bases his opponent into thinking that he's bad, then when they don't expect it, he strikes.
Yeah. On the other side, Froggen, he has a smile from ear to ear every time he plays. 100 CS was never so exciting.
Well, we know now that the EU team is practicing 1v1 a lot.
Yeah.
Because Kasing said he had 8 games against Froggen with the AP and Aces, and every single time he lost, probably on CS. So Froggen definitely been practicing very hard for this one. He's the favorite for Team Ice, at least, to make the final.
Yeah, that was such a strange matchup, too, because Koro had the CS advantage, then he backed in Vision, and then he also spent 200 mana on Quinn ultimates that did absolutely nothing to Froggen. He just kind of ran in a circle, and then he got the second part of it off, which is barely any damage.
And it was 98 CS to 100, this one. And
Yeah.
Faker was
close.
97,
So
I
close.
believe,
Yeah.
as well. Like, we're getting really close
He
every
likes
time.
to thread the needle. Niels, I did see that you also said that you heard from the team, from the EU team, that they really wanted to win those 1v1s. But it's, well, down to Froggen and
Kasing.
Kasing.
Yeah, it's over.
Well,
Why do you have Froggen, at least?
You mean I have Kasing?
Okay, that's true.
that's true. Let's take
Yeah,
a look at the
Kasing.
bracket, because 30 players were in this one, and now we just have 8 remaining. Kasing, Doublelift, Froggen, and aphromoo, they were all advanced to the quarterfinals. Oh my God, some really dishy matchups there. Kasing versus Doublelift, let's talk about that one first.
Well, first I want to talk about how it's all Ice
Oh,
versus Fire
exactly.
matchups here. Because coming into this, we thought Fire was donezo. We were just like, Ice has so many people, they have like a way better chance of making more quarterfinals, and now it's even again. So this is really cool as a Fire fan that we actually have a pretty good chance now.
Or of the competition in general, Fire versus Ice all over. That's really cool. What do you make of the matchups?
What do you mean by we? Are you like a Fire fan or what?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a fan of the tournament.
Yeah, me
There you
too.
go.
Well, the 1v1 quarterfinals, they get on their way tomorrow. But there's still more All-Star action today as the best from China and Korea take to Summoner's Rift. We'll dive into that matchup when we return.
Yeah, it's so sure. Ignites down. Exhaust is out. Kasing is looking for it. He got it. Hit. Kasing takes down Uzi.
Wait, are we troll banning?
No. Don't worry.
I gotta be careful for your pocket of Moo.
Doublelift wants to start the fight. Arden Blaze is traded. Reckless will die. And Doublelift picks up the kill.
Kill the
Minions
minion!
are dying. Goro's on 97. Froggen, he needs the cooldown available. Walks in.
Oh, he got it!
He's done it.
Let me think here.
You play Lee Sin?
Yes, sure. My main champion, you know.
Dimajke does eat the piercing arrow. Ignite and exhaust down. aphromoo gets first blood and makes it look easy.